What is going on? It is me, Joe Schmo. Now, we usually talk about current events, a bit of social commentary goes on this channel. But today, I wanted to make a different type of video. Today, I'm going to be working with you guys on, how to make a thumbnail. Now, I'm going to limit myself a few different ways here. This is going to be like a let's play of how to make a thumbnail for YouTube primarily. But more than that, I want to make this video, for anybody that wants to do something like this, in general. I want to show that, you don't have to have money, you don't have to have rich parents, you just have to want to do something. That's the biggest thing. Half of anything in life is just doing the thing, and you're going to be bad at it at first, but the first step of being good at something is being bad at it. So let's just go. I'm just going to walk you through my thought process. Now, full disclosure, I do pay for Adobe products. I pay for Adobe Premiere. I use Adobe Premiere. There's a siren outside. We're going to ignore the siren if you can hear it. So I'm going to recognize that maybe you're younger, maybe you don't have money, maybe you don't want to invest that much. That's fine. If you want a face cam, a phone, is going to be a good face cam. You can sync your audio to a desktop capture that's free. But we're just going to focus on making a thumbnail today. So now I'm approaching this with a blank slate. This is a let's play tutorial of how to make a thumbnail. Okay, just to prove a point. You don't need all the money in the world. You just gotta have a little bit of online literacy. So there's a lot of companies and websites that offer browser-based applications of your typical Adobe products or just anything in general, really. So I'm literally just gonna look up browser Photoshop, and we're just gonna see what comes up. Browser-based Photoshop. So be careful what you click on. Look for .coms. Basic internet literacy stuff here. This is the first thing that comes up. This photop.com. So we open this up, and I can already tell this is strikingly resembling Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. Of course, it's free, so we're gonna bear with it. But let's check it out. So I can open it from my computer, but maybe you don't have a good computer. Maybe you're better off keeping it in the browser. So let's limit ourselves further and just open up a new project. YouTube thumbnail right here, and then looks like we can I'm just gonna make it. Honestly, guys, this is a tech tip. All right, this is Devin's Tech Tips. Actually name things. Trust me. I have a bad habit of just being is the name of the file. It's not good. Don't do that. YouTube thumbnail create. All right, now we have a blank canvas. It looks really similar to Adobe Photoshop, so we'll see how easily I can use this. I'm learning how to use this application along with you guys here, so you can laugh at me as I struggle. So let's make a thumbnail about the greatest man to ever do it, PewDiePie. There's a couple different ways to get images online. The easiest way is to just go on Google images. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time operating Google right now. Images all the way over here for some reason. So we're opening Google, and now I'm just gonna look up PewDiePie. We're gonna look up PewDiePie. Now I'm not sure if this free version of Adobe Premiere is gonna have the same abilities that the paid version does. I literally have a function in Adobe Photoshop where I just could get this picture of PewDiePie, hit a button that takes out the background, because we're going to want to put a fancy background in, right? We're going to actually put some effort into this, but I probably won't be able to do that here. So I am looking to make sure we have a clear background. It's going to be easy to cut out, crop our boy here out. But we also want a high quality image. So those are the things we're looking for here in the image we're going to use of PewDiePie. I like this one. This one's kind of cool. People might not click it because it's an older version of PewDiePie. He's like PewDiePie dad now. He's PewDad Pie. PewDiePie baby dad PewPie. All right, we're just gonna take this one. So I don't know if this is gonna work the same way it works in Photoshop. We're just gonna hit copy image. We're gonna go back to this Photop website, and we're gonna paste. And yep, it works exactly like Photoshop. Now this is where over here, normally you would be able to just hit a button to remove the background. I'm not seeing that function, so I'm gonna just sit here and take a second and try to figure out how to cut this guy out. If it's anything like I used to do it before Photoshop updated. I think you used to use a pen tool, and all right, there are better ways to do it, but I'm just gonna brute force my way through this. This is not the best way to crop somebody out, but this is how we're going to do it for the purpose of this video. All right, you want to get as close as you can. You don't want to be all the way out here. You know, you want to get as close as you can to the image. Unfortunately, they don't make this the easiest to use in the world. Yeah, see, this like moves the whole thing around. I hate that. That's not good. It's free though, so we can't complain too much, right, guys? Why would I ever want to do that? So I want to move the move tool. So here's my issue. I want to zoom in, right? It's like I'm working in a Photoshop-ish platform. Like I obviously need to be able to move around once I'm in this mode, right? That should be obvious. I mean, I guess I can just do it like this and then bring him back over later. Okay, so we're gonna use this move tool. And unfortunately, because this is really not the best way to do it. Oh wait, no, we have background eraser. What? Well, that does nothing. What are you talking about? Background eraser. So unfortunately, we're going to get as close as we can, and we're just going to move around the image, and we're going to start by going really close to Mr. Pie here. And this is what we're doing, unfortunately. And you can get creative. I know phones have background eraser tools, so maybe on your phone, you could just go on there, like boot this up on your phone, delete the background, and then bring it back over to your computer. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm just trying to show you that, you know, as long as you want to do it, as long as the will is there, you will succeed. Okay, that's all I'm trying to demonstrate. So we're just going real close to Mr. Pie here, and we're gonna go around. We're just gonna take our time here with this eraser tool. Good to go in sections, because then we can always Control Z. If we screw something up, we go too far into Mr. Pie. Now here is just like, for me, when I'm getting to these areas that are like very detailed, like you can see there's like little bars here that are like putting the headset together, and then there's a background. I think it's just easier to just dive into it and get rid of the bars completely. I think that your imagination a lot of the time can put two and two together. You don't need the bars. They're barely visible anyway. Same thing for the hair. Don't try to, you know, get every little hair strand cropped in. There's no point in that. Your imagination's going to fill in a lot of the gaps. We're just getting as close as possible, and we're just trying to find the line, a basic line here to follow around our subject. And sometimes there's actually, I should have checked this first, sometimes you can actually modify the hardness. Yeah, like I can turn the hardness down. I can do this, and then that's going to be softer, which is going to look better to the eyes. I should have done the whole picture like that, but better late than never, I guess. I can always go back around if I really want to. So we're just going to do that. So obviously this isn't perfect. I want to kind of see what this is going to look like with a background, because obviously we want like a background here to like kind of make it pop. A good way to find a background is like the style of the video you're thinking of doing. So like me, when I do a drama video, I'll literally go on again, Google Images. I'm just Googling Google Images because I'm that bad at using a computer. So we're on Google Images, and like if I'm doing a dramatic background talking about like the Island Boys and how they like to suck each other's cocks, I'm going to look up like dramatic background, like literally, like it's really not, don't overthink this shit. And sometimes you just put in wallpaper. Wallpaper's good too, because you're gonna get that nice big, you know, resolution. You can compress down and, you know, keep quality high. So you have a bunch of options you can look at. These are all, you know, obviously free, you know, and that's literally what I do. But you know, this is gonna be like a little artsy, right? We're gonna have fun with it. So lately I've been doing this psychedelic. I'm spelling it out as I spell it. I fucked it up so bad that Google does not even understand what I'm looking for. There we go. I spelled it wrong again, but it's okay. So you just got to use your brain, you know. You got to be a little creative. You got to think about how it's going to look with your subject, you know, all that stuff. So actually, I really like this one. And I like this one because we can kind of make PewDiePie the subject. We can kind of, if we're good with it, we can copy this. We can go back to our browser-based Photopea application here, Photoshop ripoff, and we can kind of, oh man, it's not letting me stretch the image. which is really actually going to kill me. I got to think of how to do this. Yeah, this is like, you know, and this is it right here. These are the moments where you're just going to be like, shit, man, why is not... Okay, I just had to hit transform control, so that was how easy it was. Now, you can make it bigger, but normally if you hit shift, you can stretch it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And now what I can do is I can kind of stretch it in a way where you're going to get like the effect that something's going on around him. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to right click. We're going to go to blending options. And now you can do your little outer glow nonsense. So we can go to gradient, and I'm going to steal a color. Green's really popular in thumbnails. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that, but I also want the gradient to match the background here. So we're going to steal that green. And now we're going to spread it. And there's a couple different ways. Like you can make them glow. You can bring the spread way up. Well, oak to oak. We're going to turn... What is this? See-through still. I don't like that it's see-through. Okay, so now we can play with it. So we're going to keep that. We're gonna I'm just playing with it. You guys can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna make him glow because he is the fucking GOAT. He's the god. He's the best to ever fucking do it. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand who we're talking about right now? And then I don't know, like that's already pretty cool, right? Like this is like you know, we're using a free application. This is free. This didn't cost a dime. When it comes up on YouTube, it's gonna be like that big. So there's PewDiePie. You know, there's PewDiePie. You could do the same thing by taking a picture of yourself. You know, you could apply to each circumstance differently. And now I think we should probably do some text, right? I think we should probably try to add some text to this. Oh, font, what? Defont. I think there's a website called Defont that I use to like get like fonts. But the really popular font right now, it starts with a B, and depending on the website, it's always changing its name. It's like... But it's we're just gonna look here. We're gonna go through the B, see if we can see something that looks like that, like Mr. Beast style font. Bo 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 bo. You guys ever see the anime Bo 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 bo? There's a kid that has super powered farts, and the guy's hair is his superpower. It's interesting. It's interesting. What is this? I think we found it. I don't know what this was. Banger, whatever. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. Okay, so free thumbnail. Software, three thumbnail tool. I want to kind of keep it simple for the dummies out there. I've been told, I actually learned this from that guy that I debated, that like edits for Hassan Piker and stuff. He says you typically want to have 3 subjects, but I noticed from just looking around online, sometimes you'll have more than 3 subjects in a thumbnail. Another thing here is you want to not have text over here because that's where the time mark goes for the video. Just a couple little things to add there. For this, we're going to go to blending options again. We're going to go to outer glow, but this time we're going to make it black, and we're going to do this because if you just put a stroke in it, it's going to not look good. Trust me. We want to do it this way. So spread all the way up, size all the way down. And now we're going to have to readjust because now the text is a different size because of the outer, but I want people to see PewDiePie. And then I'm going to be a huge shyster here. I'm going to be a huge piece of poop, and I'm going to like pretend PewDiePie approved. I don't know if it's going to get me in trouble. I don't know if that's allowed. It's definitely clickbait. This is AI PewDiePie. This isn't real PewDiePie. So yeah, it's fine. He does approve. I said so. And now we're going to go get an arrow because I want to point at PewDiePie because PewDiePie, AI PewDiePie, fake PewDiePie approves. So I've looked into PNG Wig and everyone says it's safe and it's good to use. I am downloading this directly from their website. I don't want to show that. I don't think it's going to do, there's a CAPTCHA here. I guess I can show the CAPTCHA. I'm scared that it's going to like show information that I don't want you guys to see. I'm just going to do that thing. I'm going to do this. And you can kind of like, there's ways to like manipulate this to make the arrow work better for what you're doing. But I think this is fine. We're going to go to export as JPEG. You're going to want to export it as a JPEG. Turn the quality up at first. Sometimes if it's too high, it won't let you upload it to YouTube. So I normally do like something like 80 something, but you can play around with that and, you know, make it better or worse. And we're saving that to our computer. It doesn't look like I've gotten any malware or anything terrible has happened, but if you don't want to save it, which probably is better not to just download things from the internet from random websites, you could always use your screen cutting tool screen snipping tool and like crop it out like this. You could always do this thing, but it's not what I did. And there it is. There's our thumbnail we made for free. Okay, just using web-based applications, that are very similar to things like Photoshop. Again, I prefer Photoshop. I have the money to pay for Photoshop, but maybe you're new, maybe you don't have the money. The number one thing is you gotta we want to do something, you gotta do it. Okay, you're gonna get better over time. I promise. The number one thing of fixing anything, like fixing a car, learning to do any task, is just doing it. The first time you do something, the first time you make something, it's gonna suck. Your first YouTube video is gonna suck. Your first painting is gonna suck, so you might as well get it over with. So I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope this video may have been helpful to some of you. Thank you so much for watching. It's me, Joe Schmo. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and check me out. I do a lot of social commentary. This isn't what I normally do, but I like to do videos like this as well sometimes. And if this video does well, I'll do more videos like this. So thank you so much. I'm out. Look up me, Joe Schmo, on YouTube if you're ever bored and you wanna watch something. Bye.